pack the BMO Centre with sci-fi and comic lovers all weekend. The event's parade marshals are the stars of the British sci-fi show Torchwood. You met John Barrowman very briefly on the weather set. Eve, Myles, and Gareth David-Lloyd also join us. Thanks so much for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Let's just start with stepping into these shoes. Doctor Who, obviously a massive cult following. Were there nerves going into sort of doing something like this?
There were nerves going into Torchwood because obviously Torchwood is an anagram of Doctor Who, and we were the sister show of it also. But Eve and myself, my character was created in Doctor Who, Captain Jack. Eve played another character, a housemaid in a Gelth episode in Doctor Who, so we were familiar with it. We knew the history that we had to honor 50 years of it being on television, and there was a bit of nerves, but we also knew, you know, like with Gareth and everybody involved, we knew we had a good show, we knew we had a great show, great stories, and we knew we could do it. So the first airing, we were a bit, but when we got the ratings, we were like, all right, we're off.
It made sense. Eve, talk about why you're in Calgary and these types of events. Are they overwhelming? Are they amazing? What's it like to come and sort of have your work appreciated like this?
Well, when I first started doing sci-fi, John and Gareth and another cast member, they did a lot of signings, and I was kind of terrified of it because there's so many people under one roof who kind of know your work inside out and know how many freckles literally I have on my face.
Right.
So
647.
8.
48.
8. I'm 34 now. I've got another 2. So yes, it is overwhelming because there's so many people. But on the other hand, it's so many people with so much passion and loyalty to what we do. It's tremendous fun, and I'm addicted to them now. I love them.
But amazing, and so they probably do know the show almost better than you would.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you go to these things and they say, right, in episode 3 and in series 2, this happened, this happened, this happened.
And we look at each other and go,
they know our lives. Yeah. So it's lovely to relive it. It's fantastic.
What is it, Gareth, about the genre? I mean, I don't know that you see the type of hype and connection that you see in sci-fi and any other genre. What is it, do you think, that gets people so connected to this stuff?
I think it's because it takes very normal people, very everyday people, human people with flaws, and it puts them in extraordinary situations. So it is a form of escapism, but they can also connect to the characters as well because they're so well written, they're so human and so real.
Yeah. In sci-fi, they can also talk about, we've always talked in sci-fi programs and fantasy programs about storylines that they really don't touch on other television shows. They're starting to now. Like, for instance, Torchwood was groundbreaking because Captain Jack is an openly bisexual character. I mean, he likes men more than women, so you know he's more gay than anything. But everybody, all the situations that we deal with are completely things that were new to television as our series went off. So I think that's what people get. They really connect with the characters.
And they're brave, aren't they? They're brave and they're exciting.
We are superheroes! We are!
You're right, John. He hasn't had
I've had my coffee this morning.
Or is it too much? What kind of opportunity is it for you guys? I mean, you go your separate ways after doing this series.
No, we don't. We live with each other.
Right.
And,
but you work, what, 17 hours, 18 hours a day together while you're shooting these series. I mean, that's the reality of the business.
Yes.
You're away from each other for a while. Is it nice to have these opportunities to come back? And I'll ask you, John, go ahead.
This is family.
Yeah.
And as you do with your own family, you go off and you live with your immediate family, and you raise your kids and you do all the stuff that you do, and then you come back and have a family reunion, and that's exactly what we're having this weekend. I feel like it's just yesterday that I've seen these guys. We hit it, you know, we were laughing, pick up from where you left off. That's what we do. But, you know, Torchwood changed all of our lives. Doctor Who changed, you know, our lives. It's put us in places that we've never, you know, dreamt that we would be.
Here, I've seen so many cities in the world since Torchwood, through doing conventions. It's been amazing. Even though my character, spoiler alert, dies at the end of series 3, I still get to see, you know, the world and meet up with these guys a lot.
And what's the status of the show right now? It's on hold, not sure?
Well, the BBC never really cancel anything, so it's kind of in limbo at the moment. And Russell T Davies has said that it may come back at some point. That could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 5 years. We could come back as a movie. That's what we all hope. We come back as a film. But we, you know, I think the three of us, and if I can speak for the other two, I know that if they ask us to do it, we would jump at the drop of a hat to be back.
Yeah.
Well, I know there are a lot of fans here in town. 60,000, I think, is the number that will be down this weekend. So I'm sure they very much appreciate you guys taking your time to come to Calgary and meet them. And thanks so much for coming in this morning.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Eve's going to kiss every one of them.
Oh, that does sound good. John Barrowman, Eve Myles, Gareth David-Lloyd, the Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo all kicks off with the big parade this morning at 11.